Welcome to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel. In today's really fun and fast video, we're going to use some white and dark candy melts and we're going to create character eyes. This is a really versatile recipe and you can use these little candy eyes that we're going to make today on so many different things, like different types of themed cupcakes, cakes, all kinds of stuff. For my first step, I'm going to melt down my white candy melts. I'll get them into a piping bag and then we'll start. I've melted my candy melts and we are ready to go. So any size that you want. And my candy is warm. This just allows it to flow a little bit easier. And I'll just show you what I do. I put it on a cutting board. Just tap your cutting board. Every one of these is not going to be perfect. But you can make so many of them and then you can just remelt the ones that you're not happy with. There are a couple here that aren't perfect. But you can make so many with a little bit of candy. I'm going to make some larger ones. And I'm going to put two closer together so that they go into each other. You can do some really funny ones. Make one really large. And then one a little bit smaller. See what happens? Then you get these little googly eyes. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. I am using a number 4 tip, which is quite large. If you want to make much smaller eyes, you're going to decrease this tip size to either a 1 or a 2. So I'll just show you a little closer up here. See, if you make a mistake, just make them googly eyes. But you will have a lot more precision if you use a smaller tip. And do little dots like that. And don't worry about making a mistake. Just make a whole bunch of these and then just choose your best ones. I'm not pressing on the piping bag at all right now. I'm just trying to show you that even with the larger tip you can get a little bit more accuracy. Just very, very gentle. Now, if your candy is a little bit too cold, it's not going to work as well. Look at how small I'm getting these. Okay. And then, so make sure you start out and you do have these on a cutting board so that you can just tap it down. That gets them nice and smooth and round as well. So I'll just zoom out. So now what we're going to do, I'm just going to let these sit here for about 15 minutes to set up. If you're in a rush, just take the whole thing, put it in your fridge for about 5 minutes, and these will become very, very solid. So I'll let these set up and then I'll come back. So this isn't even 10 minutes later and my white candy melts are already set up. So I have heated up my dark candy melts and we are ready to go. And I am using a much smaller tip. I'm using a number 2 just to have a little bit more control. You don't want the black flowing out as quickly. And then we'll just start off. You can see though you have a lot more control when you're using a smaller tip. Now if you do want to have a little bit of a streaked effect, what you can do is add your dark candy melts before the white set, and then you can take something like a toothpick and pull it through so that you can have little veins in the eyes. I'm going very slowly here. I am not putting any pressure on my bag. The candy melts are warm, so they are flowing on their own. And I wouldn't want them any bigger than this. I think this is good. I'll just zoom in for a couple. And I'm also just going to tap. That's good. This one's a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure and then pull straight up. There we go, and then I'm just going to tap them again. And when you apply these to whatever you're making, it really brings your little character to life. Let me just zoom out. So in today's video, you can see how easy it is to make these eyeballs and really how inexpensive it really is. I'm just going to let these sit here for a good 15 minutes to make sure that they're fully firmed up, and then I'll peel them off and we'll zoom in on a few of them. Now that these have all set up, we can just simply turn our little silicone. I'm just putting my finger underneath and just giving a little push so it bends, and you can just see how easily these all just pop off. And that's what's great about these little candy melts. There's no tempering involved because these are not chocolate. A lot of people do call them chocolate, but they're not chocolate. They don't contain any chocolate. We'll just pop them off. They're candy melts. And you can see how nice these are. So let's zoom in. Let's get into some of these really small ones that are going to be very popular if you're doing little things like cupcakes and, you know, different little characters that you might be doing. You can apply these to fondant as well. Anything that you're, you know, that needs eyes. Look at how nicely those turned out. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Just to finish off our video, I just wanted to show you what the candy eyeballs would look like on a little character. This is my Halloween Dracula Donut. If you want to see how to make this, I have a very short video on my YouTube channel. I will put a link to that in the description box underneath this video. A really fun one if you have children. So that's it for this really fast video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish. I really do appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, you can check me out at facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time.